It's likely to be an ancient power. No boost, spoke too soon. We are able to reach the Earthquake, but after the boost, I'm not sure if this is going to knock out the Togekiss. It actually does, which is kind of crazy. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. And if you're a returning subscriber like Skarmory EP, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at some more battles in the Open Great League for Season 11 of Go Battle League, and we are featuring a very spicy pick, Kanto Marowak. Marowak is a ground-type Pokemon that only has ground-type moves available. It's ranked in the 300s for PvPoke, so obviously this is not a Pokemon that I would recommend using, and because of its ground-only moveset, it is at risk of being completely hard-countered and walled in some particular matchups. As a result of this, I wanted to pair Marowak with a Pokemon in the lead that has played against grass, ice, and water type Pokemon, and Skarmory seemed like the best fit. For the safe switch, I wanted to use something that's fun but still relatively unique, and in the end I decided to go with Samurott, and hopefully the team works out a lot better than it's ranked on PvPoke. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like on the video. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment down below, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so let's jump into these battles featuring Kanto Marowak. This is definitely a spice pick. However, it does have some pretty decent matchups in the current meta. Shadow Nidoqueen, for example, Galarian Stunfisk, even Registeel to an extent. This is somewhat of a sleeper pick. I mean, sleeper is a little bit generous. It's definitely spice, and it's a little bit difficult to use, but we'll see what it can do in these battles. Scrafty into Skarmory right here. Opponent goes for the power-up punch. We're going to go for the Sky Attack. Likely to see a shield come up and then swap out into the Samurott. So Samurott here very spammy with that Fury Cutter Hydro Cannon combo, going to shield up the Power Up Punch, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we will get off this Hydro Cannon right here. Is going to take out the Scrafty, and the opponent comes in with an Empoleon, which is definitely a core breaker for this team. So just want to do as much chip damage as I possibly can right here. At this point, if I could just get this in the range where we could come in with Marowak and farm down, I'm pretty happy with that. Jolpec takes us out. I am forced to come in with the Marowak right here. And we're not going to be able to completely farm down before they reach a move. So this is going to force the final shield from us. And now it really comes down to what they have in the back. And thankfully for us, it is a Shadow Nidoqueen. So going for the Bone Club right here, this is going to force the final shield. And we should be able to close this out with the Marowak. Only an Earth Power will take us out from this range. Marowak definitely can tank a Poison Fang, and even after the defense drops, we could tank a Poison Jab, farm down with the Mud Slap, take that game. Marowak flexing its muscle right there in battle number 1. Let's hop into match number 2. So in this battle, we are leading a Skarmory into a Shadow Snorlax. In this particular matchup, I like to stay in with the Skarmory, and then at some point, I am likely going to swap out into the Samurott, depending on what the opponent decides to do. I'm going to throw the Sky Attack right here. If they decide to shield this up, I'll likely tank one move on the Skarmory, then swap out into the Samurott and take our shield advantage, see what they want to do. They do swap out into the Sableye. This is fine right here. This is still dealing a lot of damage to the Sableye, and right away we could see the Sableye is not purified, so they're not running return. Not that it would matter in this particular matchup, but again, in these early ranks, you may see some unconventional move sets. And in this case, it looks like the opponent probably is not running Foul Play. So that's actually really good for us. We're not able to reach the Hydro Cannon right there, so we will come to Skarmory. And we're actually able to farm down before they reach a move. So I think the opponent probably should have been in a move at that point, but fortunate for us to not have to take one. Snorlax comes back in. We're going to shield once in case we need this for whatever is left in the back. Commit to the farm down, and it is an Umbreon. So I swap out immediately into the Marowak because I want to give it a moment to shine right here. With a shield advantage, this should be a winnable matchup for Marowak. Of course, the opponent is running Dark Pulse, so that means it's not going to be as spammy as with Foul Play, which I think will benefit us in this particular matchup right here, especially with the shield advantage. Going for the Earthquake deals a decent chunk right there, but still not enough to knock it out. But this Bone Club surely will be enough. Bone Club taking out the Umbreon. Marowak closing out the second game in a row, and so far looking like a pretty solid spice pick. I wouldn't say a solid pick, but a solid spice pick for the early ranks of Go Battle League in Season 11. Skarmory into Azumarill here in battle number 3. In this particular matchup, I like to let the opponent throw first. This typically allows us to sneak in the extra air slash. And now we have the option to go for Brave Bird without having to shield on a potential CMP tie if we throw first. So Sky Attack comes through here. Opponent is going to let that go through. I'm going to throw another Sky Attack right here. And then potentially shield up this next move and just try and commit to the farm down if they stay in. So it's another Ice Beam. They are staying in, so we will be able to completely farm down. They come in with Registeel. I'm going to swap out into Samurott, and I completely forgot this thing learns Zap Cannon now, so bringing Samurott into a Registeel isn't the greatest idea because we could pretty much get one shot right here. Thankfully for us, they're running Flash Cannon and Focus Blast, it seems, so this actually becomes a somewhat better matchup for Samurott right here. Going for the Hydro Cannon, they do allow that one to go through. They are going to outpace us to the next move. This should take out the Samurott from this range. And now we'll come in with the Marowak. The opponent is going to swap out into the Togekiss. We have a lot of energy stored on the Skarmory. I'm going for 2 Sky Attacks to get off some guaranteed damage here instead of the Brave Bird KO. They no shield the first one, so now obviously Brave Bird would have been very useful there, but getting off that damage, still very helpful right here. Come back in with the Marowak. I need to build up to the Earthquake. Going to no shield here because it's likely to be an ancient power. No boost. Spoke too soon. We are able to reach the Earthquake, but after the boost, I'm not sure if this is going to knock out the Togekiss. It actually does, which is kind of crazy. Earthquake taking out Togekiss, but because of that boost, that additional charm damage put us too low, and we end up getting farmed down there by the Registeel. If the opponent did not boost on the Togekiss, I think we probably would have ended up winning that match. It is what it is. Let's hop into the next battle. Skarmory into Azumarill once again. So let's see if we could avenge ourselves from that previous loss to an Azumarill lead. We are going to let the opponent throw first once again, sneaking in the extra air slash and tanking the Ice Beam, building up to almost 2 Sky Attacks, going to throw the first one right here. I'm actually going to try and catch this next Ice Beam onto the Samurott this time, but the opponent does not throw. So not optimal right here. I am going to no shield though, and they still went for the Ice Beam, so that's actually really good for us. I build up to the Megahorn. Hydro Cannon is going to be more energy efficient, but I thought Megahorn would deal more damage if they decide to no shield. They did in fact shield, so Ice Beam comes through once again, and they finally swap out into Skarmory. Now they are down 2 shields, so I'm going to throw hopefully 2 Hydro Cannons right here, put this low enough to the point where our own Skarmory could come in and just farm down, and then hopefully close out this game with the Kanto Marowak. So Skarmory does farm us down completely. I come in with my own Skarmory. Actually no reason to shield right here, so I let that first move go through. I am going to farm down, and I'm actually going to wait to see what they come in with after we take out this Azumarill, because I don't want to instantly swap out into the Marowak and then get hard countered, allow the opponent to farm us down, potentially win this game. So as you can see right here, we take out the Azumarill. I'm waiting to see what the Pokemon is, and once I see it's a Gastrodon, I can safely come in here with the Marowak, obviously with 2 shields. This is a dominant spot to be in. Shield up the Earth Power right here, even if it's Body Slam, it does not matter. You want to use your shields at this point. No reason to save them for Season 12, that's still 3 months away. Earthquake takes out the Gastrodon. We end up winning that game. Let's hop into the next battle. So jumping into this next one, we are leading Skarmory, this time into Galarian Stunfisk. So this is a pretty awful lead to see. I'm going to swap out into the Samurott, and the opponent comes in with Scrafty. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon right here. Opponent going to throw the Power Up Punch, going to no shield. And here comes the first Hydro Cannon. This will deal a decent chunk to the Scrafty, and we are able to get to this second one, which will force the shield. So now at this point, we probably will let the Samurott go down. I don't think I can win switch here because of the Power Up Punch boosting those counters, so no real reason to shield up here. Come in with Skarmory and put all our faith into the Marowak. Unfortunately for us, it is a Pelipper in the back, and Marowak has absolutely zero play. I'm only shielding here to see how much a charge move actually does to the Pelipper. Probably should have went for the Earthquake, but I felt this was CMP tie, so I wouldn't reach it anyways. And in fact it was. So Bone Club does nothing, Weather Ball does a lot, and at this point I don't want any more of this smoke, so I back out. We're going to end up going 3-2 in that first set, testing out the very spicy K-Whack in the Open Great League. Let's hop into set number 2. So jumping into the next set of battles, I'm actually not sure if using a premium pass gets you better rewards for this particular set, because you could see they are all question marks. So if you guys in the comments section can let me know if there's a difference in the rewards, that would be pretty useful for me. Skarmory into Sceptile, this is a beautiful lead. Opponent swaps onto Lantern, and this is what you love to see. Marowak going to town, gonna throw this Bone Club right here. Actually should be a CMP tie on the potential Hydro Pump, so I am going to respect it. Lantern can win this in the 0 shields, and thankfully we do call the Hydro Pump right there. So building up to another Bone Club. This time it should only be a Thunderbolt, so I am going to take the chance right here, and it is in fact a Thunderbolt. We're able to farm down completely. Sceptile comes back in, going to throw this Earthquake. It is dealing resistant damage, but still does quite a lot to the Sceptile right there. Sceptile will take us out here with the Leaf Blade, and we'll come back in with the Skarmory, forcing them to reveal their third Pokemon, which happens to be a Blaziken. So right here, all I want to do is force the final shield, and then because they're running counter, we could safely come in with the Skarmory, just get to one Sky Attack with our shield in hand, and finish off this game. I was hoping that move would take out the Samurott to ensure that the opponent didn't get any extra farm. Brave Bird definitely going to do that. Sky Attack in return takes out the Blaziken, and Sceptile here will get farmed down, off to a 1-0 start here in set number 2. If you are enjoying this video, please consider leaving a like, it really helps me out. Hopping into this next battle, we are leading Skarmory into a Whimsicott. This is another great lead to see for Skarmory, so the opponent likely to swap out right here. They're actually staying in for a bit before swapping out into the Stunfisk, and here comes the Marowak. You love to see it. This is pretty much Wall City, I guess you could say. Going to build up to the Earthquake. I mean, we don't even need to build up to the Earthquake, could just throw the Bone Club to be honest. But we'll build up close to the Earthquake anyways. Unlikely to see the opponent's shield at this point, because this is a pretty dominant matchup for Marowak. Still do not need to shield. We'll be able to completely farm down and have a move ready to go against that Whimsicott. Will not be able to get to the Earthquake, so just going for the Bone Club right here. Actually gets a shield from the opponent, which is very nice. And we'll come in with the Skarmory. Going to throw the Sky Attack, which will either get the second shield or the knockout. They decide to shield. Swap out into a Azumarill, which isn't great for our Samurott in the back, but we do still have 2 shields. So going for the Brave Bird, huge damage. I will shield this up right here. Want to preserve Skarmory for the Whimsicott in the back, and we come in with the Samurott. So just gonna go for the Hydro Cannon right here, and then commit to the farm down with Fury Cutter. We may actually be able to get close to a Megahorn from this range, at which point we'll be able to finish off the Whimsicott. We actually do get to the Megahorn right here. So Samurott about to dunk on this man like Vince Carter. Bang! There it is. Whimsicott getting taken out, able to take that game. 2-0 in set number 2. Let's hop into the third battle. We got that Super Saiyan visual thing going on right there. Very cool. Skarmory into a Poliwrath. Very nice lead to see with Skarmory, of course, so the opponent likely to swap out here. And it's another Unova Stunfisk, so you already know what's going to happen. Marowak coming in here, going to no shield, and just go to town. This is the dream situation for Marowak, taking another Mud Bomb right here. A little bit of lag, which isn't good, but it didn't look like the opponent snuck in any extra moves. Bone Club comes through. They actually shield, which is obviously very good for us because we still win in the 0 vs 1 shields. So second Bone Club, not able to take them out, but we do not have to shield here. We will survive this move. It's going to be close, but we do survive. They try to snipe with the Poliwrath. We come back in with the Skarmory. Going to no shield right here. Could be a Scald, could be a Dynamic Punch, which definitely hurts, but we're in a very solid situation. Going to throw the Sky Attack right here. That forces the final shield out of the opponent, and they do not want the smoke. Gonna back out of that match. We're able to take that game 3-0. We actually end up going 4-0 in the next game because the opponent instantly backed out when they saw the Skarmory, and we are now in the 5th battle. Skarmory into a Shadow Nidoqueen. You love to see this because you may be able to get it aligned onto the Marowak. Walrein comes in, which is a little bit problematic right here. I want to make sure that I maintain switch, so I'm going to stay in with the Skarmory, knowing that if I do keep the alignment, I still have the Marowak in the back, for the Nidoqueen later in the game. So Walrein going to throw an Icicle Spear right here. I will no shield, and hoping that they do not shield this move right here because it is getting a little bit dicey, and thankfully they do let it go down. So let's see what they decide to come in with right here. It is the Nidoqueen, and they're going to throw a Poison Fang to ensure that we do not reach the Sky Attack. Unfortunately for them, we have a little thing called Marowak right here, and they swap out into Noctowl, which is actually a little bit problematic because Samurott does not have a great matchup right here. Only Hydro Cannon is really doing damage at this point, so they have 2 shields. Things are looking pretty bad. Maybe I should have shielded that first Sky Attack, to be honest, because saving those shields for the Marowak may not end up helping us in this particular matchup, but we'll see what happens. Sky Attack comes through. This time I do shield, able to build up two Hydro Cannons. Gonna throw the first, hoping to get off this second, which we are able to do. So we'll at least get off a little bit of chip damage here on the Noctowl before they take us out. Actually swap out into the Marowak to prevent the farm down, and here comes the Sky Attack, going to shield that up. Need to get to this Earthquake and hope it does the same like it did to Togekiss. Earthquake coming through. Not enough to take out the Noctowl. They do survive, but do we survive right here? Yes, we do. Nidoqueen going to come back in, still very healthy. Is this Poison Fang going to KO? It is a Shadow. We need to get off this Bone Club. Is this going to be enough to KO? We survived the Poison Jab. Bone Club coming through. Bang! There it is. Nidoqueen getting destroyed. Marowak closing out the video in style. You love to see it. This is a team that I definitely would not recommend, but Marowak is a lot of fun. Pulling out a 5-0 set. And if you liked Marowak, make sure you stay tuned for the next video because I just finished recording and it is a heck of a spicy team. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.